And we are live. Testing everything, guys. We have very special guest today, Ben Menchaca. Probably most popular interview we have last year. Ben, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me again, Dimitri.
We have quite a few announcements today. First, I want to make sure that we are sound very good. You can hear both of us. Check. We're testing new technology here. We're going on 2 cameras to 2 different channels, and I want to make sure that you guys can hear us. So as long as someone can comment that you guys can hear, we're going to get the show started.
This should be good. What's up, Mark?
This will be good. Sounds perfect. All right, sounds good. Let's go. So guys, a couple things, very big announcements here at Roofing Insights. I'm going to start with podcast news. You probably don't even know it. Max, can you silence your computer?
Yeah, sure.
So, number one request we have last year, we have a lot of big interviews. I'm talking about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And I know a lot of you guys are listening podcasts in the morning. Podcast is not my medium. I always tell people, keep the main thing the main thing. And my mentors, people in the industry, is like, you're missing out. You don't have a podcast. And for 2 years, I pushed it off. But today, we uploaded our first podcast. What we're doing, we're recycling our longer interviews. We just uploaded Joe Ratcliffe. Next one is going to be LC. For those of you who love podcasts and follow podcasts and likes, listening longer pieces of content while you're driving. I love driving. Now you have Roofing Insights podcast. We're going to be coming every Monday. So first podcast is already there. Some longer videos will go first on podcast. So we will record them here in the studio during our YouTube interview. But podcast will have longer versions. And if you like visuals, you still can come to YouTube and watch a video version of it. But every Monday you can expect solid best of the best interview from Roofing Insights on a podcast. So it's not your Mike and me talking, discussing, ranting about something. It's actually legit interview. I keep traveling. We already have like 7 trips scheduled for this year. I'm going again to John Howe Telling next month. I mean, like big names. So that's number one. Number two, for those of you who missed, maybe don't know, Roofing Insights magazine is free. We're working on the 4th issue right now. We have these 3 babies right here. We're going to do about 10 issues this year. We're hiring brand new, one more copywriter. A lot of your story, guys, company stories, like everything you need to know about tech. I mean, we want to make sure that Roofing Insights magazine is solid, quality is there, it's free to you. All you have to do, just email us at magazine@roofinginsights.com. We don't need your email to sell you anything. We don't have even email list. A lot of people, again, tell me, Dmitry, you're missing out. You should be emailing them every day. I'm like, no. If I ask you for your email, it means I want to bring value to you. So if you don't have Roofing Insights yet, if it's not common, this publication not common to your business, sign up today. It's free, magazine@roofinginsights.com, and the very next issue will be shipped to you at no cost to you. By the way, it costs us about $12 per magazine, so you're welcome. Next one, I want to announce this guy right here. As you guys know, at Roofing Business School, we have weekly phone calls. Every day I talk to on average 4 or 5 people a day for 30 minutes, mentoring phone calls, but I've been spreading myself a little bit too thin, and I'm not expert of anything. There's no questions I cannot answer. If I don't know the answer, I'll point you in the right direction. Well, this guy right here is your new teacher. So now, starting today, you guys can schedule phone calls with Ben Menchaca if you're in a school. Every day for 30 minutes, he will be spending, well, more than that, but you can schedule calls every week, 30-minute phone call, anything about sales. As a matter of fact, I want to start this podcast with that. I'll have a few more announcements coming up, but I've been getting a lot of phone calls during my consulting deals weekly about consulting. And by the way, if you have any questions about sales to Ben, you can comment in here. He will be answering it today as well during this live. But yesterday I talked to a company in Indiana. First year in business, they did $8.3 million. Absolutely insane. So here's the dilemma. This is my first question to you. You have companies, they go brand new, and some guys, do 8 million, 5 million, 7 years, like crazy numbers in the first year in business. And on another side, you have companies in good markets, up north, there's so many cities that produce tons of leads, there's tons of work, but they never can pass 1 million. What did you sell last year, Ben?
Last year, over $1 million. I don't have the numbers in yet, so I don't want to put a number on it.
Okay.
But this.
Just one person.
Yeah, here's the thing. Up north, you got to understand, we have seasons here. So what we did in August and September, it carries over to the spring. And those numbers, I picked up some checks. I got a lot more checks to pick up, so I can't put a number on it and be authentic with my numbers. And I don't want to ever put out bad numbers out there, but I would say I probably had the best year in my 3 years in this industry. I'm entering the 4th year this year, and I expect it to even be more like it's just up and to the right,
Awesome. A lot of questions I'm getting from our students is how do you find sales guys? I feel like everybody wants the shortcut. Everybody wants to know where to find sales guys because we live in a crazy world. On one side, we have a lot of people looking for jobs. On another side, we have industry like roofing industry that provides amazing opportunity. You can make 6 figures in the very first year in business. How do you find and recruit sales guys? Because I know you also recruit guys. And what advice would you give to the business owner who is actively looking for new sales guys?
Well, I like people who are in service. You find a good bartender, a good server, anyone that makes you feel, just like served upon. I do that first. Anyone like in your network that, I think we miss out on a lot of opportunities because we don't go within our network. We're all we all make a lot of above average income right now, and a lot of people are suffering right now because of COVID. COVID is really taking people off of their usual lifestyle, and they're more open. So I would say look within your network, look at servers, any kind of people who are in the service industry. That's who I do first. Network marketers already would be good in this industry. Talk to those guys. They already know the processes. All we got to show them is what we do. Those guys are great. They know how to network. They know how to tap root and recruit. So I would say those.
Absolutely. Well, let's say you have bartender who is looking for a job, and now you were able to recruit him to work for you. I have a question here from Joel. Joel is asking, I need help to create a sales system for my roofing company. Can you guys help? So once you recruit your first sales guy, you still have to put him through the training. What kind of training do you do? And what's the best training for brand new sales guys who are not from this industry? Obviously, if you've been selling roofs for 5 years, maybe you will not commit to any training. It's my way or highway because you already have your system developed. And I found personally that it's very hard to teach old dog new tricks. How do you train brand new person? Like, let's say I'm a bartender. You recruited me. What are you going to do with me for the first 2 weeks to be successful?
So I say there's no better experience than an actual in the doing, So there'd be a little bit of class time to get you up to date on the terms, the terminology in this industry and the processes and whatever. But nothing beats getting on the block. Spend 3 days with somebody. First day we're going to do it together. And I'll show you how it does. You strictly listen to me the first couple days, first 2 days. Next day I'm going to have you do other side of the street where you get comfortable, and then the third day you're on your own, man. Like you either
on the third day.
Well, not the third day, but like within the week.
Okay.
I'm just saying, a couple days on the block. Nothing beats getting right next to me, hearing what I got to say. In fact, I got a great story that happened yesterday, if I could share.
Let's do it. Absolutely.
Okay, so I had this guy come in. He called me. He said, I was in Texas at SRC Summit, and he called and said, hey, I need help on my pitch. Can you help me on my pitch? I'm like, sure. DM me Monday. Well, he called me yesterday. He was literally knocking on the door on the block while he called me in action, and I was like, all right, cool. And he's like, I heard his pitch, and I'm like, whoa, 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 man, you got to tighten that up. Too much TMI, you know, too much information. Let's get you dialed in. So I told him what to say, and he literally verbatim, well, he kind of messed up a little bit, but on the next door, he was knocking while I was coaching him. And I asked permission, can I coach you? Because I always ask people, can I coach you? Are you open to me coaching? Get people's permission first. Told him what to do, and he nailed it and got on the roof right then and there.
Awesome. And this is what you guys get. You have no idea what one call can do to your business. I deal with it every day. And by the way, I just want to throw it out there. If you're stressed, if you're the business owner who you feel like you're in the corner, one of the coolest thing about Roofing Insights is you guys is a community. Recently, I've been noticing huge trend when you guys start traveling to each other. I see guys in Pennsylvania visiting each other, see guys in the Midwest visiting each other. I absolutely love that trend. And I want to tell you this is awesome for a roofing community, because for the first time in a long time, I feel like we're building a community where we truly support each other. And if you feel like overwhelmed, stressed, maybe even suicidal, I'm here to tell you, Roofing Insights doors are always open. Just make sure that we are here, that we're not on the trip, because we do travel a little bit. But honestly, the advice I would give every business owner out there, if you're in the corner and you feel like you're outnumbered and there's too many problems and you don't know how to feel it, my advice to you would be something I gave advice today to one of the people in the community. Don't open a bottle. Don't try alcohol as a solution. Travel somewhere and just get away from your problems. And Roofing Insights doors is open to anyone who is looking for help. Number one category for me is stressed, overwhelmed, and business owners. Okay, check the camera, please. Guys, stay behind the cameras, don't leave. I want to make sure that everything is working. So, roofing insights are open. Our consultants, our managed people, we have a few more announcements to make. We have one more person joining you as a school teacher. Is Elizabeth Calzadia, and she's absolutely amazing. She'll help you anything with the process. You can schedule calls with her. You can also schedule calls with Alina Wilson, anything Exactimate. So that's 4 people you can actually talk. When you call us, you can call us to schedule a call. Amber, my assistant, will ask you, who would you like to talk this week? And you can choose between me, this handsome guy, Alina Wilson, or Elizabeth Calzadia. We'll help you with the process. Honestly, sometimes you just need to talk to someone. And because we've been in those pickles in business, we probably have already solution for most of the problems you don't even have yet. So that's the power right there of the consulting calls. And hold on, I'm going to go through comments really quick. Please comment any questions. I want to see. I see a lot of guys like field training. Here's what I have to say about field training. I feel like it's a little bit old school, and correct me if I'm wrong. In our industry, a lot of business owners burned good talent because we recruited people for years, and all we do is, look what I do, how I do it. Your earning potential is pretty much we sell this dream that you can make any money that you want to make. You just have to get out there and you have to start selling. The problem with it is if you did not train them, because in 3, 4, 5 days, there's no way you're going to train them. You have to have a good, solid system in place. And the guys go in like literally, it's like, here's the pitch book. Let's go on 2, 3 days right along, and then you're on your own. Do you feel like you've been? I
agree. I'm starting to understand how I'm just a different breed, right? Like everyone's not like me and going out there and knocking 800 doors. But you do need systems in place. That's what I've come to realize. As I gain maturity in this industry, you have to have systems in place to bring these people in and put them in through the funnel. You have to have a system in place. So don't be cheap. Invest in your people, and they'll produce for you.
I see. I have a question here from Pablo. I'm a public adjuster. Does Alina help? Her name is Alina. Training public adjusters. She helps with anything Xactimate. They're a certified Xactimate trainer. Alina and her father Todd, they've been doing it for like 8-9 years. So any questions about supplementing insurance company, working with Xactimate, increasing that initial estimate 30-40%, that's their specialty. We have 20-hour course inside Roofing Business School where you can learn yourself how to do it. But if you have specific questions, you can reach out to them. Hey, Jared. We have people from Canada here today.
Woo!
We have Chicago. We have Seattle. I mean, all
Thanks
over
for tuning in, guys.
Absolutely. And let me see who else we. Northern California. Love California. Have Gina in the house. Andy. Sound is on point. Sounds good, guys. This is new technology from us, Cincinnati. Guys, any questions? Take advantage of this guy right now. Any questions you can ask, he will answer. Tell me this, Ben. What kind of, what's the best approach for the door knocker in retail? Have you ever door knocked for retail jobs, not insurance claims? Or do you even attempt to do that? And what's the difference for you between insurance restoration? Because I feel like insurance and restoration sales are much easier than retail, but I know a lot of guys do just retail. As a matter of fact, we have a video coming out later today to our YouTube channel that's just about that, how to add insurance department to your retail business model. So if you guys curious about it, like when I started in this business, I did not know nothing about insurance. And I feel like if you're a solid retail guy, insurance is easy because what do you sell? Sign here and it's a free product, someone will pay for it. But how do you door knock for retail? Is it different?
Well, what I'm starting to see is okay, so for insurance, we increase the value of the home for the price of the deductible. It's not even a sale, right? But with retail, what I'm seeing, it's like good, better, best. So in instances that I can't help them on the insurance side, then I defer to retail. But retail is not my cup of tea. In fact, I'm like honest, like I don't know too much about it. I have been talking to some retail kings like Todd Wright over at Ready Roofing. We had a great discussion about it. But at the same time, I don't think anyone's, you still have to complete the sales process. You still have to pick up a check. So that's all that matters. I don't think anyone's people say, oh, you're just doing insurance, that's easy. Dude, I still have to close and pick up big checks. People, to pick up a $80,000 check, I had a $97,000 claim. To pick up that kind of money, you got to be on point. You got to know your numbers. You got to know your products. And I just gradually got better at it. But I think retail, like I said, it's good, better, best. And then insurance is over here, increase the value of home price of the deductible.
Great advice. I have a couple things here. This is funny. Miguel saying, I met Ben Menchaca over the weekend, shook his hand, and instantly felt better.
Thanks, Miguel.
I'm touching him right now, and I feel better. He just healed my COVID-19. I don't have it anymore. I'm clear. If you guys want an immune system against COVID, come touch this guy. Proven. It's very hard to get roofers these days with the new generation. I 100% agree with you. Here's a great question. Here's my question. I know we're talking about sales because again is a machine at it, but when you master your way to sell and you overload it with work, what's the best way to help production? I want to recommend you guys a book. I'm reading it right now with the Audibles, finishing. Amazing book. It's called Who, Not How. Who, Not How. Look it up. Go buy it right now on Amazon, Audible. Listen to it in your car. So Who, Not How talks about, think about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan became #1 player of all times. How did he get there? Did you know that Michael Jordan has personal trainer through entire career? Guy who just does his, strength and stuff. It doesn't matter how good you are. You don't have answers to everything. You have to find people to get you there. So Stop asking yourself a question of how. Start looking for people who's going to help you to get to that next level. For me, like right now, we have 2 cameras here, have lighting, I have computers, we have this live. This is not me figured out how. I found people, I found who can get me there. I knew I want to reach bigger audience. I knew that I need to make better quality videos, but instead of trying to figure out how to do it, go to learn and all, it's impossible. This is not my talent. I'm a Michael Jordan, I'm shooting basketball hoop, but I don't know how to work on my core. As a matter of fact, right now, I'm working on my 6-pack, and the same thing. I found who, name is Carrie Pierce, CrossFit Game Athletes. I bought an online course for like $40, and I'm already having 3-pack. But in 30 days, hopefully, to have 6-pack. So when you find someone how, you don't have to go and try to figure out yourself. And with the production, the same thing. If you're struggling with the production, you will keep struggling. When I recruited people all over the years, I was always honest with them, with the salespeople, with the production managers, with the salespeople. I would sit down during the interview. I did it with my supplementer back in the day. I told him, listen, here's what I have. I have business, I have this amount of leads, I have this amount of jobs, but I'm really struggling in this area. If I hire you, can you help me with that? And guess what? Magic happened. When you find who, they will help you with how. When you hire, like, let's say you suck at sales, you're a business owner, you suck at sales. Recognize the problem, and when you hire for that position, when you do the ad for the sales manager, just tell him honestly, dude, you're better than me at sales, I need your help, I'm good at production, but it goes other way. You know how easy it is to find good production manager if you're already good at everything else? If you have business, if you have so much business, it's a good problem to have. Sometimes businesses struggle with sales, sometimes businesses struggle with production. You have to be honest with yourself, and you have to find who, stop figuring out how. You have something to add?
Yeah, awareness is the key to change, right? You got to be aware of something before you know to change it. And like I said in the video before, man, a lot of my success, look who I'm hanging with. I'm hanging with people like better than me. Like you got to get around people who have what you want, right? Because they're going to save you the time and money because they went through all the stuff. I knocked all those doors. I can help you. And you don't have to do it. You leverage my information. And that's what's always been serving me.
Love it. We have another question here from Jared. What's the best source to find a salesman?
The best source to find a salesman.
Do you have a quick answer?
No.
Think about it. I'm going to answer this myself. When you build a brand, personal brand, and this is something that nobody should ever stop doing as a business owner, when you build a brand, you build a brand not only to recruit your customers or attract your customers, get more leads, you're also building a brand to recruit talent. I found that salespeople are way smarter these days than they were 5-10 years ago. They're also pickier. Salespeople these days want to work for established brands. So if I have 180 Google reviews and you have 5, and we have brand new sales rep coming into town, and I've seen it over the last couple years, let's say a storm just hit Minneapolis, and you have guys from Colorado and Texas looking at, oh man, look at that storm. Maybe I'll go and sell for a couple months for a local company. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to Google Minneapolis roofing. What they're going to see in research. So one thing, you can become a magnet for talent. When you build a brand, like this guy built a brand. It's just going out there, create a content, create your online reputation. When people know you, now I guarantee you this guy has, it's much easier for him to recruit talent to work for him. A couple of years ago, 2 years ago now, we recruited Storm Group Roofing, recruited Levi. He moved from Montana. To this day, it's a question why he did it, because Montana is beautiful. He has acres of land there, but he has 6 kids. He relocated entire family from Montana to Minneapolis to work for Storm Group Roofing, and he's been with us for 2 years. How did he find us? Him and his buddy have seen us online, my YouTube videos, they looked up, and we have a major storm, or 2 years ago it was a major hail event. We have a lot of people looking for local companies to work for. And I remember we have 5 leads for sales guys just based on online reputation. So easiest way for me is build a brand that people will come to want to work for. Like all these big brands like Crest Exteriors in Dallas, like all the companies that actively, online building their brand, they become magnets for the sales guys. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, since I got started in this industry, I put everything on Facebook, and that's how people know me. And now that I did the interview, it just catapulted that because I have a record of doing what I say and who I am. But there's 2 ways to look at it, Jared. I want to be congruent here and just give you my opinion. You could go for the catch-all. Like I was listening to Scott Rapoli, Interstate Roofing, big 100 salesmen kind of teams they build, and Crest and all that. They got these 100. You could go like to the homeless shelters. You could go to like the AA places. Anybody, like you could get anybody off the street, or you could go and say, hey, I'm only going to accept this type of person, and they've got to have these kind of ethics and this kind of drive. And I'd start. That's what I'm doing. We're going after the top people that we can, and then maybe we'll train somebody, if they show enough promise.
Watch you're saying. By the way, Watch, what's your name? Do we know you? I want to know your name, but we'll call you Watch. Love the channel. Anyone wants to move to Canada, I need a reliable roofer. Here's a cool question. Uptown Pool Service Manager, welcome to the channel. Love other trades, following Roofing Insights. How can I leverage brand and marketing to get ahead in a big step? My business has hit a glass ceiling. I'm a pool construction contractor and use this channel for an edge against my concurrency. Well, if you're a pool service manager, so I guess you're in the pool industry, obviously, Marcus Sheridan, follow that guy. You probably know him by now. He's #1 pool guy, I think, in the world right now. So the short answer is content marketing. Content. It's all about content. The more organic content you will produce, the more people you will help with free advice, the more business you will get. It's crazy. It's what a lot of gurus don't get. Think about Gary Vee. Gary Vee puts his best advice forward. Like he teaches people everything he does, and he does $200 million a year. He banks like $30 million, $40 million in his pocket, and all his advice is online for free. He doesn't build websites. He doesn't sell you courses. He just builds amazing brand. Roofing Insight is the same thing. We give you and homeowners the best content for free. Obviously, we have to have a school on the side note to protect you guys, because we don't want. There is a few secrets. Some people say it's popular opinion now. There's no more secrets. There is still few secrets, and you don't want to, share everything with the homeowners. As a matter of fact, even stuff that we're talking today, you don't want to talk about, how much we're paying people, our schedule, our commissions rate. Like, there's a few things that have to stay within the industry, but it's no secret. Every once in a while it comes out. But the more organic content you produce as a brand, the cheaper marketing will be for you. Otherwise, what's the option? Just pay your way out to the top. It's way too expensive. You can hire marketers. You can spend money on Facebook, on Google to promote yourself. But I'm telling you this: if you answer your homeowners' questions and help them organically, content marketing works and is the way to to the top for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's becoming more and more essential that you have some kind of online presence. People are going to get left in the dust. Like, I'm so glad that I started recording and doing content, and because it just puts you ahead of your competition. Document yourself doing what you do. People consume content. Like, if you go to Facebook, be a content creator, not a consumer. Create become the person. People are interested in other people's lives because most people are just going to sit on the couch the rest of their life. They're not going to take life by the balls like we do, right? So you want to be the guy, or if you're not the guy, follow the guy who is and learn from him. Leverage his experiences. I keep going back to this point. Leverage other people's experience, man. It's not about you. Get yourself out of the way. You're in your own way.
Love it. It's funny, we were just talking about Scott earlier. Scott from Interstate Roofing, good company to work for. If this is your boss and Interstate Roofing guys, if you're watching this, we would like to come to Interstate. I know Scott has an amazing story. We didn't connect yet. I think I met him briefly a couple of years during the event. So if you guys can connect over to Scott, it'll be our next big interview at Roofing Insights channel. If you have a number or anybody there, Scott, I want to connect with you. Let's do a big interview. Oliver, the watch name is Oliver from Good Life Roofing. Welcome to the channel, Oliver. Who was the $2 million guy? What's the name of the guy who's doing $2 million? I don't remember. 200 million. Well, Gary Vee does 200 million. That's his business. Everything he does. Gary Vee is genius about marketing. So he works with the companies like Gillette and the Nike. Like he is marketing consultant to all of them, and he has a couple million subscribers on YouTube. I mean, think about this guy. This guy could not achieve everything he achieved with one free interview. But I want you to think about what he's done. He came to our office. He shared you his best tips forward. He truly paid it forward. Now, once we see what it did to the community, how many people reached out to us saying that was amazing. His phone blew up. My phone blew up. I'm like, dude, let's go and bring you to the school so people want to talk to you on a regular basis. One thing you need to understand, the reason we have school, because we cannot be available to all the people out there. I have a life too. If I would be replying to every comment and talk to every person who ever reached to me, I would not have a life. So now we charge small fee, and compared to other gurus in the space, I mean, it's pennies on the dollar. I charge $200 for packages to people. People charge $5,000, but we're available to you. We invested. We want to keep it smaller circle, and we definitely want to. But you cannot achieve this result, like what he did, if he would try to be in front of you, try to sell you, run ads on Facebook, buy from me, like. Free YouTube video did all of this, changed this guy's life.
It did. It tremendously. Like, you have no idea what that interview has done. It's given me opportunities outside and inside the industries. I'm talking like with some major global brands right now, and I'm in these rooms and I'm like, how did I get here? It's content and it's giving. I'm just me. I know the secret to life is to give, to serve. And if you haven't found that out yet, that's a pro tip. Give it away, it'll come back to you tenfold. But a lot of people in this industry have a scarcity mindset. And we're looking to change that, and I think we're going to elevate the industry by that abundance thinking.
Absolutely. We have another question here. How do you, can you read that name? I'm going to chop it up and I don't
Giuseppe Calabraro.
Giuseppe. Where are you from, Giuseppe? Interesting name. Never seen that before. I ran my gutter guards business 5 months ago. I have great product and I'm trying to raise my customer network. What is your best advice? So a few things about gutter covers. We actually work with a company called, I don't know what's your gutter guard product. Maybe let us know in comments below what the product is. And we have a network with a directory. We're actually building, gutter category is huge for us. We have, if you type in gutter guards, gutters, you're gonna see my face before any other video. So my number 1, number 2, number 3 video on YouTube is about gutters. So if you're a gutter guy, go make some cool YouTube videos. Maybe reach out to us, I'll do an interview with you. And the thing about YouTube is how to search. Gutters is very, very popular category. We are working right now with a Leaf Solution brand. They're a manufacturer and they have a lot of leads because they don't have network to install gutter covers. So what they do, they partner up with a directory. All their leads gonna go to directory. Our leads from our YouTube channel goes to directory, and we're gonna start running ads on Google and just bring awareness. But think about this, when your YouTube video does 50,000 views per month and the video is best and worst gutter products, now people see, okay, I can buy it right here, I can hire this company here. Gutter is an amazing product for roofers too. I mean, it's one of the most profitable trades that we have here at Stormgroup Roofing. So how do you build your customer network, just get out there again, review product, explain how it works, show people. Don't be afraid to make content for do-it-yourselfers. Guess what? When you do content for do-it-yourself customer, if he thinks it's complicated, you just prove to him that you're an expert. If you're in his town, dude, it's too complicated for me, I might as well hire this guy. $1,500. Like, why wouldn't I? So you will help people, it will build your network, and maybe you will help one do-it-yourselfer to do it himself, but then he might have network of people who he recommend to you to do it for them. You get the idea. So just don't be afraid to get out there. You put your name, build your brand.
Like that Roger Wakefield.
Yes, sir.
Blew my mind at your conference. He's an HVAC guy. Who thinks
plumber. He's a plumber.
Plumber. Who thinks about plumbing? But like, he really created a real brand, and now he gets how many subscribers?
200,000. We actually partner up. We partner up with him. He's going to be part of the directory too. A lot of leads. You need to understand that influencer marketing. We attract a lot of homeowners. We attract a lot of people. A lot of attentions on us. And if you're the homeowner, by the way, watching it, and you need a roofer, you need a plumber, you need gutter guy. Trust me when I say we know good and bad guys. Because we are the industry, and our contractors are watching after each other. Like, as a matter of fact, we encourage it, and if you're the contractor in our network, in directory, I highly recommend you. Don't feel bad for reaching out to us and say, hey, Dmitry, this guy got in your directory, but he is shady. We encourage that behavior because no one knows contractors better than other contractors. Like, this guy used to be my competition in my own town. I have no problem losing a job to him. As a matter of fact, if I can't do a job for any reason, scheduled for too long, I'm okay referring my top 5 companies in town who I know good guys. So if you're the homeowner and I cannot serve you, I'll give you a good recommendation, even if it's my loss in a sense. But I also don't want you to do business with the bad guys in town. And we all know who they are in our towns, right? So it's a network thing. Anything to add there, my man?
No, I mean, it's just, you got to create content. You have to. You're good at something I'm not good at. Showcase that, man. Help someone out. Your knowledge, you don't even know. Everyone's got something they're good at. Just you catch it on tape, show it, share it, and I guarantee you're going to get more. You're going to be helping people. When you help people for free, then they'll tell other people. It's very simple.
Love it. John Bennett from Memphis, welcome to the channel. Gutter Glove is the product. Giuseppe said, okay, we have a question. Mark who? I just started my roofing business. I'm struggling getting customers. Even I'm getting leads from Facebook or Google. Most of them won't even answer the phone or email. What is your best advice to get qualified customers? Number one, about qualified customers. Define qualified customer. If you are getting a lot of spam calls, spam numbers, it tells me 2 things. One is quality of leads, quality of marketing. 2, maybe you're not getting to them on time. So both could be a problem, especially with the Facebook. With the Facebook, if you don't get to them within seconds, like 5 minutes later, it's a cold call. Just forget about it. Who you're? Well, 5 minutes ago you were on the Facebook. You submitted this form. Don't remember. Because you think about it, like our attention span right now is like 5 seconds. Snails have bigger attention span than humans. So with the Facebook and with the Google too, sometimes, and I have it in my business, people come to our website, fill out a form. So I know your email. I know you fill out a form on my website. And if I don't call them today, if it's tomorrow, they're either gonna already go with someone, because one of the things about roofing is so competitive. If they reached out to you, they probably and you did not reply right away, within 3 minutes they probably reached out to 3-4 other companies. What happened next, do you think? If you did not answer a phone call, and by the way, it happens all the time, I won so many jobs in my career just because I was the first one to answer the phone call. Other 3 guys didn't. Customers told me, Dmitry, you're finishing the job today, 2 weeks later, and I still receiving phone calls that I left 2 weeks ago. Like, I want you to think about it. So you have to fix your response rate, number one, and then quality of your marketing. I mean, who does your advertising? That should not be the problem. Unless you're buying leads from Home Advisor, then it explains it all. What would you like to add, my friend?
I'm a self-generator lead generator, so I'll go out and generate leads and do like, I mean, that I don't know too much about leads because I don't need them, right? But there's some great people in the industry, but you got to find out which are the good ones. There's some ones that have been here a while. They're legit. You just got to do your research. Ask around. Ask, dude, we are here to help you. Everybody, we all are in the same industry. Ask. Open your mouth and ask for help. It's okay.
I love Dima Sobolev answer here. By the way, guys, this is the guy to follow, Dima Sobolev. So he is obviously Russian. He is handsome. He has a beard. He is a guru. This is, by the way, how my mom would call me. You're not allowed to call me this, Dima. So this is actually my name. So if I'm in trouble, my mom would be like, Dima, come here. But full name is Dmitry. In Russia, nobody calls Dmitry unless you're like president or something. But Dima is kind of like nicer way. Anyway, so this guy is going to be in our office next week, and he's going to be recording full course how to do Google yourself, how to rank your Google on Google Maps. Dima is like the best person I know. He runs marketing agency. It's a huge favor to Roofing Insights community and to Roofing Business School because we're flying him in. He records a course for you. And the reason we're doing it, we're tired of marketers. We're tired of people spending $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 per month and not getting any results. He will show you all the house. So if you have one person in office who you can delegate to it, with the roofing school, you have 5 users. It can be your receptionist. It can be your son, your daughter, your sister, your mom, anybody available. Just delete their TikTok account because they're wasting too much time per day on it, and give them this course that Dima is going to record for Roofing School next week and say, hey, I want you to fix my Google Maps. I want you to figure out Google My Page, access it. And those things are cheap. As a matter of fact, people don't know it, but Google guarantee you can do it yourself. You don't need a marketer to do it. And it actually works. Comment, guys, if it worked for you. And what Dima is saying here is increase your reviews by 10x, online reputation, everything is in 21. And I agree with it. Actually, it's my next Roofing Insights video. It's about online reputation. It's in production right now. How to get online reviews fast. I'm giving you 7 tips in the next roofing video. But Dima, thank you so much for being here. You have anything else to add?
No.
All right.
We covered it.
So I have one question here. Justin Dean Huber. How can you make good content when you have an ugly mug like me? Justin, did you see my face? Here's the thing. It doesn't matter how you look. You're going to attract people no matter what. You can be, I want you to think about comedians. We have, and I talked about it recently, think about Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and think about, what's his name, the famous comedian, he's a fatty guy, Jim Gaffigan, okay? One guy makes fun of himself, he's fat, he's obese, and he made it as a stand-up comedian, making jokes about him being fat. And he's in Hollywood movies. He makes fun about McDonald's in our habits and stuff. It does not matter. You can make your brand about your ugly mug. Like if you go on TikTok, if you go on Facebook, if you go and look at people like, you can be, six-pack and, fit like a rock, and you might think that this is what you need to really make it. Or you can have freaking Russian accent and pretend like you know what you're talking about, even when you don't sometimes. So the point is, just be yourself, never lie. People will follow you, and they do business with you. Listen, think about this. Often we think like a business owners, and I want you to think not as a business owner now, as a consumer. Let's say, well, you guys are roofers, right? Let's say you need a flooring guy today. You type in flooring in your city, wherever, because you need a flooring installer. And you find 5 different websites. And only one of them has videos on them. You look up, let's say there's a floor guy who barely can speak English, but he's trying. He's like, hey guys, look at my job, I'm trying to do this. And you feel like you will watch one video with him. It doesn't matter where he's from. It doesn't matter how he looks. He's the only guy who's trying the hardest to make a connection with you. You will watch one video with him and you will feel like you know him. It's like, this guy has something. You call him, and when he shows up at your house, you will feel like you already know him. He's a celebrity. Oh, dude, like, I follow your YouTube channel. It doesn't matter how many subscribers he has. 5 years ago, before I have thousands of subscribers, when I have like 500 subscribers, I would show up at Estimate, and homeowner would tell me, Dmitry, I follow your videos, and you're here. I can't believe it. I'm like, really? You watched my video and you still called me? That's a shocker. So the thing is, it doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter, like when I started this channel, like you need to understand that at 22 years old, I did not speak English. At 22, I never went to school. I learned it here on the streets. You just have to start somewhere. So that's the only advice I can give you.
Get started. Just get started. Don't worry about anything. Trust me.
Yep. Unless you're good looking like Ben, guys like him, they don't have a problem. It's perfect English. I mean, look at this. Look at
That's a nice directory hat
perfect.
going on.
Follow-up works. Already getting requests for call-ups with Ben. Make sure you reach out before he books up.
You got to book me, man. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I have no time anymore. You would think with winter I get to chill out because there's no roofing. Video is like, that's another reason. Like, you got to get the content. Book me now because, like, there's some big things happening behind the scenes that I can't go over, but you want to book me early.
Andy says, that's what I'm talking about, self-generating leads. Everyone wants to buy leads. If you have to buy leads all the time, then you are in the wrong business. I have to agree and disagree at the same time. I agree that self-generating leads, it's where it's at, but at the same time, you cannot really scale. Like, for example, if you're happy with $3, $4, $5 million a year and that's your size, you don't want to go to 30 million, you can do a lot with the self-gens, but there's always debate, organic content and paid content. Like even at Roofing Insights, like for example, we have conference and we sell a lot of tickets at the conference. A lot of people come to the conference because they've seen ads, they've seen videos, they've seen invitation. But you have as a business owner, you have a problem. You don't want people not to get to know you. For example, let's say I do conference and then I do highlights of it and people, 5,000 people goes see the videos like, man, I wish I knew about this conference. Why didn't they? Well, because you never freaking advertise. You never run one ad to be in front of people. With the Facebook, organically, you're reaching out 3% of people in your city. If you pay Facebook, you might reach 25%. You get the idea. So organic and referrals only get you far, and they all. So what organic traffic and referrals will do, they will help you to save on your marketing. They will help you tremendously with your budget. But I feel like it's just not enough to grow and also to scale. I mean, if you put 5% back in marketing and buying leads, I know it's kind of stupid for a lot of people. But here's the fact, and I quoted this man all the time. He said that, I forget the name, but the quote goes like this. 50% of my marketing budget is wasted. The problem is I don't know which half. That's the thing. You spend $10,000, you're going to waste 5,000 of it, but you don't know where you waste it. Sometimes you have to go and try. You have to go and start new platforms and see what sticks, what doesn't stick. And then if it works, do it again and again. Like for example, let's say you're spending money on Google and you're getting leads for $150. So you spend $5,000 on Google and you get, or $200, and you get 25 jobs of it like all the time. Well, increase it to 10,000. Now it's a simple math. If you know that $5,000 gets you X amount of jobs, and if you double it, it will double your leads. Well, guess what? You can hire another sales rep and feed it, and you can actually count on it. Can you count on the door knockers? There's rainy days. There's so many factors with the door knocking, but when it comes to buying leads, it's actually predictable if you already have a system in place, and if it works, you just pour more money on it. I mean, that's my answer to that. Google My Business works. Maurice says, absolutely works, 100%. Anything to add? But how many paid leads have you run? Like, is it all door knocking? How, Ben, question
Probably
for you.
probably like 10, like 5. Not a lot. Here's what I'll add to something though. Gary Vee was saying the other day, look how out of touch these TV networks are with everyone. Because he goes, like touch is where you want to be. The person closest to the consumer always will win.
Sure.
And so that's why I think door knocking is so effective. If you could get, because they can't tell your personality and everything by, like a phone or text. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but I thought it was interesting that Gary Vee would say that.
Well, door knocking is awesome, and I love door knockers because they're go-getters. They're like, they don't want to wait for anybody to give them. But I've never hired true door knockers. I always spoil my sales guys with leads. I think it's just different mentality, different approach to business. You can make it on both ends. I think combining those two is the most amazing thing. If you give good door knocker a couple leads, put him in the right spot, now the rest is history.
Leads are important at the beginning of the storm, to get the party started, to show you where the damage is, and then you stick and stay, and then you get your pay. Just knock it.
Sure. Trevor is asking, what do you do for employees for winter if roofing stops, laid off? What I've done for years, obviously I'm selling my roofing business now, so I'm not going to be answering a lot of questions for this business, but what I've done for years, I always pay people salary because I'm communist. I'm just kidding. But honestly, I came from trades, and I remember when I was working in the siding installer here in Minnesota, getting paid $10 an hour, right? So you work 2 days for $10 an hour, you make $200 that week because it rained for 3 days. You go home, you're willing to work harder, you cannot control the rain, and you're not getting paid for time off. And I remember I was actually right here in Brooklyn Park renting an apartment. My apartment was $575. And I remember days where I could not pay my rent or I didn't have a gas money. So I made myself a promise at that time that I will always create some kind of salary for my guys. So because number one, especially right now, it's super important because we have a labor shortage. I don't want my employee to struggle to pay his rent. I want him to know that Friday paycheck will be there. For example, let's say you think that earning potential for your technician, your installer, is $75,000 a year. What you can do, you can give them $52,000 a year salary, which is $1,000 a week guaranteed, and build incentive system where he can work, Saturdays or after hours or whatever on different terms, and he can make extra 10, 15K if he's willing to do it. What's going to happen, guys, is those guys will try to stay with you during the busy season, during the slow season. They're not going to quit because not many companies offer salary. So I've never laid off employees in the wintertime. As a matter of fact, I would bleed money. They would work 10, 15 hours per week in the wintertime for 2-3 months because we're in Minnesota. But in the summertime, I felt like they were making a little bit less than they should. But it's at the end of the day, it sounds crazy, and many people think it's arrogant thing to say. But I didn't. When I was in business, in the roofing business, I didn't count my money in dollars or thousands. I count my money in millions. Meaning, I look at a year, I want to do $4 million. What can I afford in labor? $500,000. And I would guarantee $500,000 to my employees. Think about this. By yourself, you can make $1 million a year. You'll pay yourself $150,000 and stuff. But if I would argue it's easier for a team of 5 to do $4 million than for one to do $1 million. So if you set your mind like that, you're like, okay, we can do $4 million and we can pay $500,000 in salaries. So here's the roles. Everybody gets the same, because not only business owner deserves not to worry about money. Employees do too. So for me, I never laid off employees in the wintertime. I always supported them, even if it cost me money. I know this guy struggles because he's in sales, probably commissions only. Are you struggling in the wintertime, or are you still collecting checks?
Well, this year was different. Like, this is the first time in 3 years I have not been on the road to storm chase. I do remember a time when I was with Waxman in Naples working, and Waxman, he screwed me out of some money, and I got flown up to Minnesota with another company. They gave me a place, they put me to work, but on my own, I did snow plowing. I shoveled snow, ran a snowblower. Because I didn't have any money, I had to get back to work. So you could do snow plowing, you could hang lights, any kind of winter activities. And what it does is psychologically makes you feel grateful for the industry we're in, because we don't work that hard, you know.
We have a question here for you from Orlando Gelman. I've knocked doors for the past 3 weeks and have great success. Do I focus on recruiting more sales guys to train, or do I keep up what I'm doing and wait for quality sales guys to show up?
Do I focus on recruiting more sales guys to train?
First of all, I don't think they're going to just show up.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to show up. I just keep knocking, man. like keep knocking. If you see somebody, if you see someone you like who's sharp, I always say, hey, I'm looking for people who are sharp, have a ambition, and and are coachable. If they answer those three things, then give them a chance, show them how to knock. But I mean, you're only one person. It depends on what you want to do, man. You want a big team, you want a little team, you want it just yourself. There's a lot of ambiguousness in that question.
Love it. All right, guys, we're gonna do one more question, and this live's gonna go every Tuesday and Thursday. We were supposed to go yesterday, but it moved to today. So we're gonna go live tomorrow, and we're never gonna go more than for 1 hour. So we appreciate your time, respect your time. Everybody's busy. Plus, I don't want you to spend too much time on social media. So 1 hour every day. We're gonna be back tomorrow at about 11 to 12 Central Time. Last question for today is, any experience in roofing in Charlotte, North Carolina? I just got my first roofing sales job. I will be door-to-door knocking. Pretty nervous about starting. I'm good in sales, but I have never done door knocking. I love Charlotte. I love North Carolina. As a matter of fact, we're doing 2 companies tours, one in Charlotte, another one in South Carolina. We don't announce who we come to. It'll be a surprise for you, for the channel viewers and subscribers. But I absolutely love Charlotte. Amazing market. For me, it's one of the best markets in the United States. I see so many good companies on the rise. Competition is not fierce there. People are, it's South. They're friendly. Insurance does not pay as much as some regions, but it's decent. And you work 12 months out of the year because it's freaking South. It's awesome. Have you ever worked in North Carolina?
Yeah, I've worked in North Carolina a bunch of times. Wilmington, Raleigh, Clayton, worked over there. What I would say, though, here's the thing you got to understand. The physical act of knocking a door is not that hard. But you got to get your mind right. That's where it all starts. So here's the thing. I would say to you, we have the best offer on the planet. We increase the value of their home for the price of the deductible. A third party pays most of the costs. So the only part that's hard in this business is you knowing that and walking with confidence in that, with some posture, knowing, hey, I've got something to offer. I don't care if you need, about it or not. I'm going to express that to you because I believe in what I do, man. You got to have confidence that you believe in what you do. You're providing value. If you don't believe in your product or service or company, you're gonna fail. You got to get your mind right and understand that we serve people. They need help navigating the insurance, and we are that person. So don't ever feel ashamed knocking doors, or I'm just a storm chaser, I'm this and that. That's all that negative self-talk. You got to get it out of the way. And then once you get your mind right, the activity will follow.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Guys, thank you so much for engagements. You were great today. One more time, welcome back in comments. Give it a like. As a new teacher at roofing school, he's amazing. We surround ourselves with the best of the best. He will help you as a sales coach. If you guys struggling with the sales system, with the recruiting system, or just have a general question, maybe you're in sales, maybe you're a business owner, operator, and you've never sold more than $1 million yourself, reach out to us. You have to be at least $399 level and up. So if you go to roofing-school.com, you will see different plans. Right now, to help you out, we have a promo code WINTER100. It will take you $100 off per month for life. We want you to stay connected. We're doing a lot of new uploads. 2021, we're going to triple our content in the school. We're going to be deleting a lot of videos from the past. One of the reasons behind it with the Facebook, with the Google, with the marketing, the information gets outdated fast. So what I teach 8 months ago probably doesn't work anymore. So we're going through our content, we're deleting old videos, we're uploading new videos every week. We're bringing new teachers. We're on the phone with you. We have 4 teachers now. Again, it's Elizabeth, it's Alana Wilson, or Todd, her dad. Wilson, myself, or Ben. We're here to help you. Thank you for your support. And we'll be back tomorrow around lunchtime, Central Time, here live. See you guys later.